Yeah, how y'all doing, man? This streaming software finds innumerable fucking ways to piss me off every fucking time. Y'all come in here, man. I told you I was coming back at 5:15. Updated the shit. Still looks like I'm robotic on here. Oh man. Yeah, y'all get in here, man. Brother Zeke, what up, man? Don't be a lurker. Post a comment. Wait for this motherfucker to. Sometimes these comments take a minute. It's probably because of the high winds that we still experiencing out here. Y'all get in here. Once again, we have another episode of the Divester Games. You know, we talked about this the other day, man. Just when you think, just when you think that the bar can't go any lower, they always find a way to show you, oh nigga, yes it can. Top dollar, what up, G? They will show you a way. They will show you, nigga, oh yes, the bar can be go. We can drag it lower. Whatever crazy shit you think you seen, we can drag it lower. We actively looking for ways to drag it lower. That's what they gonna show you. See, we don't got to the point now. I remember when the swirling and divesting shit, when it first came out back in the 20 teens, when they first started talking about it online and they had their little bullshit community and everything. I remember that most black women didn't have much to say about it, whether they agreed or disagreed. And they be like, oh, that's their business. That's their business. But now it's got so bad where you got black women complaining about it. And I knew we would get there eventually. KC, what up? He writes, Divester Games will be $1 billion anime on Netflix. The show would be black women fighting to the death for white men's love. You know what? I remember I told my homie Dennis John Pierre, I was like, hey man, we should make our own website and produce a reality show called Hood Rat Fighting League. And I told him this. I told him this back in 2013. And he said, man, I wouldn't want to participate in no degrading shit like that. I said, but they degrading themselves. He was like, no, man, you count me out. If he only would have knew. If he only would have knew. Just before Zeus and baddies and all that shit was ever even thought of. Carrington Morris, what up, man? What up? Yep, Hood Rap Fighting League. Lucy, what's up, sugar? Hood Rat Fighting League. And he was like, no, man, that's crazy. No, I would never, no, man. Chill, what up, man? No, man, I wouldn't. I said, okay, okay. Okay. Because I approached him with it because I had the idea, but I knew that he had the technical know-how. Because I didn't have the technical know-how back then like I do now. I was just good at making videos and saying things. But hey, if he, hey man, imagine how rich we'd be. Man. But like I said, you know that this swirling shit is getting bad, man, when you see this type of shit, man. Fair use. Fair use.
I don't know what it is, but I don't. I always date white dudes that are like that act black. I'm like, hey, I can't help it. That was the old me.
You always date white men that act black. The question becomes, what the fuck is the use of going to get a white man that acts black when you could just as easily have an authentic black man? I don't understand it. The same reason I don't understand when y'all be dating these overly masculine, aggressive studs. Why not just get a real man? I don't understand it. But no, I know some people, oh, it ain't for you to understand. Whatever. 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 I just don't get it. You see, rarely, rarely do you see white men, black men with a wigger female, because most of us are able to logically deduce and ask ourselves, wait a minute, what's the use of me going after a black acting white girl? What is the use of that? You do see a few niggas super deep in the hood with a black acting white female, but not very many. You even see dudes that's in the hood with a white identified white female. Because again, we're gonna ask ourselves, wait a minute, what am I doing here? What's the use of this? But she says she always will go and get black acting white men. I don't get it.
Maybe. I mean, I still kind of like them. I can't help it because But I mean, I did a white dude that was real, just like white, like shrooms white. You know what I'm saying?
You heard that right? Shrooms white, pothead white. So she went and got herself a white hipster slash stoner, which is in most cases a lower tier white man economically. Now, I've told you before that many times they will target the lowest common denominator white men. They not the white men that they try to portray to y'all that they not getting them. They not getting the white dude that's like a tech millionaire. They not getting them. They not getting them. They not getting the white dude that's like a fucking a, a commercial drywall contractor. They not getting them. They not getting them. They not getting them. The dude that's like a a labor litigation lawyer. They not getting them. They not getting them. They're not getting them. Yeah, the Silicon Valley types. They not getting them. They not getting them. And the ironic part about I'm glad you brought that up, Tan. The ironic part about the Silicon Valley type of white dude is that usually those are the most liberal type of white dudes, but they will not touch a black bitch with a 10-foot pole. That's the irony of that shit. You know, they hang all of these, you know, BLM banners up and all of this free Palestine shit and do the marches and stand in front of ICE and get mace sprayed on them and shit and all of that shit, but they is not finna fuck with no black female. They is not finna fuck with no black female. Nope. The type of white dudes, I'm gonna tell you this, I've seen this so many times. The type of white dudes that they portray that they getting online, they not getting them. And even if it looks like they getting it from the outside in, chances are that she look, I've seen shit like this. I've seen one of these couples in their car. Remember, I was waiting to have my car valeted. And I was standing on top of one of those you know, the little bumpers that they had, little concrete bumpers in the parking space in the parking lot. I was standing there waiting to get my car valeted. And I was standing up there because it was like a big ass puddle. So I'm like, I'm gonna stand on this so I don't get no damn water in my shoes. And I was standing up high enough and I saw a couple pull in a Camaro. So you know they kind of low to the ground. And so they parked they shit next to mine and they was waiting to get valeted. And so they was standing inside the car. I mean, sitting inside the car. And you know what she did? As soon as they stopped, she was in the driver's side. As soon as they stopped, she pulled open her purse. You know, them little weird purses ladies be having where it's like a shape like a cylinder and it's got the strap on the side for their shoulder, but then it's got like that drawstring that closes it up, like the big leather drawstring. She had one of them type of purses, and she did like this and opened that motherfucker up and went in there and pulled out a roll of money and gave it to him. And he put it inside his fucking inside pocket. Then she peeled off some more and gave it to him. He put it in his inside pocket. And then she did like this to her purse, and they got up out the car. I got my car valeted. My date was already in there. And I'm looking like she just gave that motherfucker some money to make it look like he paying for the meal. Let me tell you something. When you see a woman doing that, that mean that nigga is that mean whatever man that is like is Uganda level broke, like flat motherfucking broke, and not only that, angry and insecure about being flat broke. Yep, that's what that means. Because a nigga that make money, a nigga that at least have some money, is not gonna care what outside appearances think. If they see the woman paying for the meal, they not gonna give a fuck. I know personally, I don't. I ain't got to try to put on no airs and shit. Like, okay, pay for it. Only a man that's like in dire fucking poverty is gonna get the woman is gonna have to hand them some money because she know that if it's any little small perceived slight that she might get her ass whooped. Oh, I know who you talking about. That was on TikTok, Chill. Chill writes, I forgot the name of the swirler that was parading Brad with a luxurious lifestyle, but got exposed as the one paying for everything. The crazy part is that she had exposed herself. Everybody was took in. Well, motherfuckers that don't know the game was took in by that shit. Motherfuckers that don't know the game was actually took in by that bullshit. They was took in by it. Come to find out, though, come to find out, she had an argument with him, and that's when she exposed both of them. That's what she exposed both of them. Um, it was Rose and something. Yeah, it was Rose and somebody. Yep. I forgot Rose and somebody. I forgot their name. Rose and nah, it wasn't Brett. It wasn't Brett. Yeah, I don't know why they think that. I don't know why they think that Tan writes only Keisha thinks cash is king in restaurants. I don't know why they think that. I don't that reminds me that reminds me of when they started doing that dumbass ick list and they was like it's a ick if a man pays for a date with a credit card because that means the date wasn't real. How? Yeah, Rhett. That's what it was. It was yeah, Rhett. Yeah. How? I guess they think that exposes when if a bitch say something like that, that exposes what type of dudes they deal with. That means they only deal with dudes that scammers and thieves and where they stole somebody else's credit card. So but they think because this nigga pull out a credit card that he stole it from somebody. That just shows the level of men that they dealing with. Just like the bitches that make the free labor argument. Bitches that make their free labor argument have never been in a stable relationship. They only been bent over the couch and motherfuckers left them because if they had actually been in a long-term relationship with a man, they will understand the type of labor that a man is expected to put in too. And that also exposes that they mama was a hoe too, because they never even saw men engaging in that type of labor when they was growing up in their formative years. So a lot of times the dumbass complaints that motherfuckers have, they expose what level they on when they say that shit. Real talk. Real talk. Yep. It's called rewards and cash back. Yep. It's called frequent flyer miles, dumb whore. But you know. Yeah, it was King. It was they called they the name of their channel was King of Queens. And yeah, they yep. Yep. It you know what? You right, Mr. O with the info. You right. You right, Mr. O. If I can relate in the 1990s and 2000s, bitches would ridicule you for paying for everything in cash. Yep. They would be like, damn, this nigga must be a drug dealer and he ain't got, or he's so financially illiterate and he ain't got no bank account. That's what they would say back then. So the reason that the goalposts are moving constantly is because they don't want to fuck with you in the first place. Because if you actually like somebody, you're not going to nitpick on every microscopic thing that they do. Pay attention to that, black man. Pay attention. Yep. Thank you. And that's how I carry it too. Chill writes, that's grounds for immediate dismissal or jump off when the brawl say dumb shit like free labor. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, give me a minute. Whoa. Yeah, sorry about that. You would think that these insurance companies' business day ends at 5 o'clock, but I guess not. God damn. Tan writes, y'all don't freak out tomorrow. Japan yen about to burst. Stack Bitcoin. Okay. Carrington Morris writes, yeah, the number one thing that goes over dudes' head is the simmering contempt of black men oozing out of them. Yeah, I don't know how they, but I mean, how could you look at it the other any other way when it's all of these imagined icks and all of this shit and moving the goalposts every fucking second.
Had white. Drinking sparkling water white. He was cool. I liked him. But I don't know. I like both really. Like I feel like if you did it white, he has to be like really white. But sometimes I do go for like the wiggers. Like my first boyfriend, he said the N word. And I let him. Like I was okay with that. Like
He said the N word, and I let him because I was okay with that. I hope y'all paying attention to this too, black man. He said the N word, but I let him because I was okay with that. This is the same demographic women that will become angry if you question why they wear weave. This is the same demographic of woman that will use this bullshit ass argument of, oh, stop me if y'all never heard this one. Stop me if you never heard this one. Stop me if you never heard this one. Stop me if you never heard this one. Oh, well, I feel like when I'm in these relationships with these men, I have to shrink myself where I can't be myself. You know what they really saying? They really saying that they don't want to get in relationships with men that's actually worth losing because then they can't disrespect him like the niggas that they was fucking with before. That's what that means. Let me translate that for y'all again. Whenever you hear a woman talking about they don't want to be in a relationship where they have to shrink themselves or where they can't be themselves, that's what that means. They mean that they are now with a man that's on a different level or prospectively about to get with a man that's on another level, and they it makes them too tense when they can't disrespect the fuck out of that nigga every day. That's what they mean by that shit. Chill writes, most black men don't have the heart to accept black women contempt for him. They will cape for her no matter what, even if you show them numerous examples. You know what? Let me tell you something. Let me black pill you right here, man. Y'all hit the cash app for this black pill. Y'all hit the cash app for this black pill right here. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When you see niggas caping for these hoes, and you be like, oh, this nigga simp. This nigga, look at this nigga simping, this bitch ass nigga. I bet you think, I bet you think it's because they so in love with these hoes and they just love them. No, 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 no. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. No, it's not a humiliation fetish either. No, it could be in some of these niggas. You might be right. What it mostly is a purely fucking self-serving gesture. It's a self-serving gesture because it's easier on them, on they tender asses emotionally, to constantly gaslight you about women like you the women they sell. It's easier for them to pander. It's easier for them to try to demonize you for telling the fucking truth. It's easier to do that for them spiritually and psychologically than it is for them to face up to cold, hard fucking reality. That's what that is. That's what that is. It's easier. It's psychologically easier. That's their psychological easy button. I don't want to wake up to the fact that I'm the only man on God's green earth that doesn't have a woman that's bound to me by identity. They don't want to wake up to that cold hard fact. And that's not to say that everything is so beautiful and peachy keen with people of other races or nothing, because it's not. Because it's not. Usually Hispanic men and women, they bound together by culture. Same thing with Asians. With Middle Eastern people, they bound together usually by culture and religion and national identity. With white people, they're bound together by whiteness. What binds you to the black woman and vice versa, black man? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. Nothing. There's nothing that binds her to you. She been betraying your motherfucking ass since the goddamn plantation, my boy. As soon as they turn on the motherfucking camera, she go talk shit about you. Matter of fact, when these white folks came out with these talk shows, she participated in a billions of dollar fucking industry dedicated to dragging your image through the mud, and she did it for pennies on the fucking dollar. And the only thing that binds you to her, besides being sentimental, is maybe the fact that you in such a reduced economic status that you don't think that you can get nothing else. Besides them two things, what really binds you to her? Fear, because we listen to them old ass Emmett Till stories that your mama was telling you. Tan says, don't ever talk about SYSB in your bar. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, never again though. That was my first boyfriend, and I just did not care that he said the N word because he was so fine. Like, he had blue eyes, blonde hair, he was fine, so I did not care.
That's what I'm saying. They will come online and make free labor arguments. They'll come online talking about they don't want to have to live with a man because they want to rest and all of this shit. They'll come online talking about having a boyfriend is embarrassing and all of this shit. But then when it's a white man, they will submit themselves to an arrangement where they don't have any type of fucking dignity. You can hear what this woman is saying right here. Zero dignity. So I guess that's the relationship goal, because I guess that's the only way that she can feel spiritually comfortable, because she finally got the white man of her dreams, and that he can feel spiritually comfortable because he finally got the because he lucked up on a slave.
The new me, I would never allow that. So if I did a white dude
Yeah,
again,
right.
he would never pretend that around me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nothing disgusts me more than when a non black man posts something on TikTok or any type of social media saying, "Oh, I love black women. Where's the black queens at?" And then here comes all these desperate black women posting pictures of them.
See, even regular black women Even regular black women are starting to get aggravated by this shit. Even regular black women are starting to get aggravated. But before, do y'all realize that just 5 years ago, black women that don't have no objects of fucking with white dudes or whatever race dudes, they just look the other way, be like, yeah, I don't fuck with that. But now they actually starting to say something. That's how embarrassing it's getting.
Themselves in his comments or asking him in his comments, oh, what about me? I'm a black woman. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here, king. That is just so degrading and disgusting. I don't care if it's a joke. I don't care. It's disgusting. Because 9 times out of 10, when a non black man posts something like that on social media, he's just looking for the attention and the views. He knows that non black man knows that if he posts something on social media saying anything about black women in a positive light or saying how he wants black women, that black women are going to flock to it immediately. He knows that. He's trying to get his views and likes up, sis. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to want to mess with you. So stop degrading yourself in his.
I don't know what it is, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Stop motherfucking degrading yourself. I guess we have reached a point finally. We have reached a point finally where rank and file so-called black women are starting to understand how dangerous this shit is. When you in one of these relationships where zero dignity is a relationship goal, I guess they finally starting to realize how dangerous this shit is. Now that we starting to see clips, do y'all realize that it's actually a few clips of random white dudes pulling up to their car on the side of black women walking on the street, talking about just flat out saying, let me get some of that pussy. One of them, the black woman, take a gun out her purse, like, hey, man, you better go ahead on with that bullshit. And then he drive away. Now they starting to realize how dangerous this shit is. I have been telling motherfuckers ever since 2015, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. The same way that all of these bullshit ass romantic comedies, these adolescent romantic comedies that they had where the nerd got the girl, right? Remember those movies? Remember those movies in the early 2000s where the nerd got the girl? You know, because fuck that 6'2" buff guy with the 18-inch neck. No, I don't want him. I want man boobs over there. Yeah, right. Remember that era? Well, that era raised Generation Elliot Roger, as Top Dollar Black Pill Gangster will put it. That era raised the incels that we know today. That era raised the incels that we know today. Because they grew up, once they grew up and got out in the world and got out on the dating market and found out that the world is way different from the motherfucking movies, and the nerd don't get the girl, and that Chad is balls deep in her motherfucking pussy every goddamn night, or down in her, or balls deep down to her motherfucking windpipe every night. Now they want to go shoot some shit up. Right? The same way that those movies raised Generation Elliot Roger is the same way that these current movies that they've been having for the past 10 years up to now, and all of these bullshit ass commercials and TV shows and all of this shit, they are raising a generation of white men that are complacent and entitled to black women's time and bodies. And if you're a black woman that's not up with that shit, that's a dangerous environment for you to be in. Just imagine going to a bar and grill, or just a regular bar in a mixed environment. And some drunk ass white dude push up on you. because the last 15 black bitches that he done ran into went in that same bathroom you just came out of and fucked them. But you number 16 and you not the one. They fuck around and have to have security pull him off of you. Better yet, what if he don't make his advance inside the fucking bar? What if he wait until in the parking lot to do it? What does that leave you? What does that leave you as a black woman? Yep, that's exactly my point, Carrington Morris. Yep, distorted them poor white boys' reality. Sometimes, yeah, they do, Tan. Tan writes, do they get with white men just to hate black men with somebody? Yeah, sometimes they do, yeah. Yep. Yep. Saul, what up? Sometimes they do, yeah. Yep. But this is the most, for all of the airs that they put on with black men, for all of the arrogant pretensions that they put on with black men, talking about he wanted to take me on a coffee date and I'm sitting here with some YSL pumps on, I rejected him, or wow, we not in Ruth Chris, or for all of these airs that they put on when it comes to you, they will submit themselves to arrangement where they have zero fucking dignity. So they want you to handle them. They want you to handle them like they the motherfucking queen of the Nile or something. But then when it comes to a white dude, he can handle their ass like she Patsy on 12 Years the Slave. I hope y'all paying attention to this shit. And I hope they don't think that we aren't paying attention. But this shit is fucking insane. All right, man. I actually got a platinum roast lined up for tomorrow. Yep. It's been a while, and it's somebody that I roasted before, but these days the roast economy is not booming how it used to be because I don't roasted everybody. I don't ran out of motherfuckers to roast. Y'all realize that? I don't ran out of motherfuckers to roast. It's crazy. I don't ran out of motherfuckers to roast. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. Been a Black Pill PSA. Peace.